doing?
We're going on holiday.
Yay! Where are we going?
Let's call it Exmouth.
Away from the rain?
Oh, wow. I don't know if that's going to happen. Apparently the biggest storm Perth has ever seen.
I'm Gemma, and this is Willie. We're an ordinary couple who work ordinary jobs, but we love exploring and adventuring in our 4 weeks leave. Click the subscribe button to join in on our adventures.
Where are we going today?
Probably between Shark Bay and Canopy.
The inspector's eyes grew abstracted. Hadn't we better, he said. We are doing so, Holmes interrupted.
For toilet and just to check everything now that it's not pouring down with rain.
Some short account of yourself. You're holding something back. It's hardly fair of you, Mr. Holmes. The inspector was annoyed. You know my methods of work, Mr. Holmes, but I will hold it back for the shortest time possible. I only wish to verify my details in one way, which can give you a sod. Erected in the 5th year of the reign of James I, and standing upon the site of a much older building, the Manor House of Burlstone presents one of the finest surviving examples of the moated Jacobean residence. You're making fools of us, Mr. Holmes.
What are you doing?
I'm making lunch. Still figuring out how to use this thing still.
Where are we?
Tonga. Is that fine? Because I want to have tomato for the next one.
Gonna have a taste there. How is it?
The Warroora River is a river in the Midwest of Western Australia. It was named on the 9th of April 1839 by the explorer George Gray, on his second exploration expedition along the Western Australian coast. And he named it after his friend, Major Frederick Irwin, who was the commandant of the Swan River settlement and who later became the acting governor of WA from 1847 to 1848.
Keep that line, stand back, said the inspector quietly. We must just keep you in sight until we have the warrant and can hold you. You can do what you damn well please about that, said Clark defiantly.
There you go. It's me.
Who are you?
Maybe I'm in the shot, maybe I'm not. Oh, and good. Now my hands featured. Because now I couldn't see what was in the shot.
and of an unfamiliar voice. An instant later came the slam of the door, broken and scattered. The cloud was lifted forever from the valley. McGinty met his fate upon the scaffold, cringing and whining when the last hour came. 8 of his chief followers shared his fate. 50-odd had various degrees of imprisonment. The work of Birdie Edwards was complete.
So what's the new plan?
Well, so because of all the rain, the road is closed to Gladstone campground. So now we have to look for a new camp spot
At 20 to 6.
at 20 to 6. Sun's going down. So apparently there's one in sort of 20 odd kilometers at Wooramel.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, on the Wooramel River, I think. So, which closes at 6 as well. So, we'll see if we can get there before it's dark and closed, and all closed. But it looks like a particularly beautiful sunset. So what's happening?
Well, we have to book at this place, which obviously we didn't do. So we called ahead. The girl was like, "Oh, we're full. Actually, one guy just left, so maybe you can come." But there's a couple of caravans in front of us, so I don't know if we're going to be able to camp here or not. But we'll see.
And it's quite muddy.
It's very muddy. So we just got super lucky. They're completely full, but one guy cancelled, and so we have somewhere to sleep tonight that isn't the side of the road. Are you happy?
We still have to find it.
Yeah, but we
It
saw
looks
there was
pretty
lots of space
full.
at the far end, away from the toilets, but that's fine.
What you doing?
Getting ready for dinner in the dark. Not my favorite thing, but hey, at least we have a campsite.
What are we making?
Boerewors.
Boerewors. Boerewors.
And I don't know, is their name for that?
Noodle
Pasta
salad.
salad?
Pasta salad.
What's going on there?
Well, I've got boerewors in bread. So this is like South African Australian, I suppose. Half South African, half Australian or something. Boerewors snag.
It's back. Willie's on morning coffee duty, much to his dismay. The Wooramel River is an upside-down river running on the surface only 2 or 3 times a year for a couple of weeks at a time after really good inland rains. The river cuts through Wooramel Station, which is a family-owned working cattle, sheep, goat and outback station stay. Why are you carrying towels, you weirdo?
Going for a bath.
A bath? What kind of bath?
I'm going for a bath in an artesian pool
Mm.
at the Wooramel artesian pools.
This is Willie in his natural habitat, observing the birds around him. His eyes are able to extend out of his face and magnify. It's amazing.
Whistling kites.
They're whistling kites. Have you seen them before?
I think so, yeah. And I think that nest in that tree, that juvenile in there, that's a baby. There's up the nest actually. Jumped up the branch.
Risky business. Fly or fall.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Is it nice? Don't forget to wash your hair.
The waters in these baths come from the Birdwatching aquifer and travels from a depth of 240 meters below ground to the surface under its own pressure and is then piped into free-flowing pools you can see here.
Oh, there's a seat.
The water temperature is 32 to 35 degrees all year round. The artesian water has a high mineral content and is reputed to have soothing effects on tired muscles. The galah feeding its little babies in the hollow of a tree.
What's for breakfast?
Bacon, French toast,
And the all important
coffee. Your
Maple.
fingers are in the lens.
Maple syrup.
Yeah.
Take two. What's for breakfast?
Tasty. Bacon, French toast, maple syrup, of course. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
50 bacon. Jag kan. happening here? Lunch. What's for lunch?
Wraps again, this time with avo and frozen tomato, yay.
Oh.
Usual salami and cheese.
Avo. And a view.
What did we just cross that I was meant to film, but apparently the video button didn't work?
Keep blaming the equipment.
Where are we going?
I'll show you the navigator.
What is our destination?
I don't know how do you pronounce it? What do you say? Warroora Station. Where are we going?
Hopefully to Warroora Station for the night.
There they would have plunged their knives into me, could they have seen how to escape the consequences of the deed. Finally, after much debate, they concluded that my murder was too dangerous, but they determined to get rid forever of Garcia. They had gagged me, and Murillo twisted my arm round until I gave him the address. I swear that he might have twisted it off had I understood what it would mean to Garcia. Lopez addressed the note which I had written, sealed it with his sleeve link.
There's a car sitting in front of it, which suggests road closed. I don't see signs though. Maybe you just got to deflate tires.
Wilderness camping.
Road looks open. They're just stopping for a snack. Thank goodness. Hurdle 1. Count.
Okay, just about to go. So what has just happened? Do you want to tell them?
You're the one being filmed.
Well, you're supposed to book online before you get here. So we didn't do that. And secondly, there's not a lot of reception. So, and the website is not great either. And while we were trying to book, some people drove out and asked if we're alright, and we said, oh, we're just struggling to try and book a camp spot that looks all full and hard to book. And they said they're leaving and they've got one night left on their campsite, so they said we can get it. So we've got about 22 kilometers to go to get to that campsite, but we're heading there now. lamb choppies,
Mm-hmm.
pasta salad. It's gonna be good.
Just pretty glad to have a camp spot.
Very glad we got to camp in the dark again. That's probably why we didn't fall much again of setting up.
I'll show you tomorrow what it looks like when we see it for the first time.
True, true. And what Stephen's camp looks like. Who knows? Right, let's do this.
He's ready to fight us. He's still got his one eye out. Cool. So is that how you catch him?
He's just hiding.
I think he hasn't seen us.
Yeah, so yellow.
Woo! Looks too much like a spider for my liking.
Thanks for watching along, everyone. Join us for part 2, where we finally get to Coral Bay and Exmouth and get to see these crystal clear waters and the beautiful coral. Join in to see if we can find a campsite in the daytime and maybe even pre-book. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't. Also hit that bell to receive notifications when a new video is coming out.